Okay, so after you have all your supplies, you're going to apply some foundation onto the cheeks, which is pretty important because that is what keeps the blush and powder in place. Think of it like your glue. You also want to put it on the eyelids because it helps the eyeshadow stay on much longer. You just want to get that all over. Okay, awesome. Then next, you're going to apply some powder all over those same places. Eyelids too. You're really trying to build like a nice base for your eyeshadow so that way the eyelids don't suck the color up, which is probably why it doesn't seem like all the kids have the same amount of makeup on at times. Awesome. So I always like to start with eyeshadow first, because if the eyeshadow is bold when there's no other makeup on, then you know it's right. So here's the palette, and you want to start with your, yeah, thanks Bianca. You want to start with your lightest, which is this kind of whitish looking one. It's this box right here. That's your highlighting color, okay? So you're gonna get some of that and just apply it right here. Okay, as you can see, Bianca's kind of takes it. Now, if your child's skin on her eyelids tends to absorb color, I recommend using like one of those cheap dollar store eyeshadows because they tend to be really powdery, and you could add it to really get it to pop just a little bit more. Like even the 99-cent store has ones that help. So it's pretty much the same color. It just helps make it pop a little bit more. Okay, so that's kind of like a whitish champagne color that goes in the brow. So you can see that. Awesome. So then your second color in your palette is this one here. That one's gonna go in the eyelid where the eyes close. So really, if you don't have a great steady hand, it's okay. Just put it all over the lid because the next color you're going to be using is a bit darker. So see how I just kind of cover the whole eyelid?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bianca, you're awesome.
I know, thanks.
Just cover the whole eyelid. Okay, so you can kind of see Bianca's eyelids kind of eat that up. So I found a similar color from Forever 21 that just helps brighten it a little bit. I just kind of mix the two. And again, you may not have to do this. I just know I have to because Bianca's eyelids just eat this stuff up. Okay, see? So you've got the highlighter there, which looks kind of white, and then kind of this like golden eyelid base there on both sides. Cool? Okay, so then you want to use your crease brush. This could help, maybe a little bit too thick. If your child has smaller eyes, you may want to use something a little bit thinner. Okay, so that way you could really get in there and get a small crease. So the part of the eye that you're really aiming for is exactly where I have this point, and you want to go from about the halfway point of the eye, from here to here to here. So you're making 3 points. 1, 2, 3. That's how you get that nice little dark smoky shade, so that way it doesn't end up looking like a black eye. So what you want to do is use a little bit of this color here and then a little bit of this color. Avoid using too much of this one, otherwise you're gonna look like you just rolled out of bed out of a night hanging out. So not too much of that one. It ends up looking black. So go with this one. Just put it right there. So your 0.1, your 0.2, and your 0.3. And just blend like a little point. 1, 2, 3. And see, you can see the nice little shadow that starts to appear. Awesome. So then you'll get just a little bit of this darker one. Just fill it in, just so it's a little bit darker there. And then just keep blending. The key is to keep it brown and not black. Okay. And the other eye, same thing. You got a 0.1, a 0.2, and a 0.3. So 1, 2, 3 points. And just keep blending those. And it should be like a nice soft brown. And then you're gonna add a little bit of that darker brown and that second point to the third. And then you just kind of go back and forth so they match. As you can see, I went a little too high on that side, so the way I fix that is I just get some more of this white color here, and I just go over it again. Just adding more of this brown until Bianca's eyelids decide to stop eating it all. Okay, and to check if it's even, have your dancer open her eyes. So open. Okay, so it's looking pretty smoky, shadowed. You can see all three colors, so that's your goal. So you've got your white highlight there, the little more golden color there on the lid, and then your darker smoky part right there. Okay, so that's the shadow.